Good morning, fools. Welcome to the All Jammed Up podcast presented to you by Music Never Stopped. I'm your host, Clint.
I'm your co-host, Chloe, and we're all getting mad.
Well, we're all jammed up and we're ready to blast. It's time for Clint and Chloe's Music Podcast.
We are getting mad. The bracket came out.
Okay, first off, I apologize. I don't know how brackets work, so if you're a fan of basketball and you do know how bracket works, you know I did it wrong. Keep it to yourself. We're still gonna have fun.
So we almost didn't do it. We recorded the episode Sunday and made the whole bracket, which we did virtual if you saw the episode on YouTube. And then it all got erased when I went upstairs to export it. I put it into another thing, typed in all 64 things, and then that one didn't go through. And I thought about giving up, and then Chloe's like, what if I just wrote it? So we just let her write it. And
they allowed me to. The people allowed me to write it.
So she wrote it, and yeah, we got the seedings wrong. I know 2 is supposed to go at the bottom, so 1 doesn't play a 2. But guess what? We're not bracketologists.
And honestly, the winner was probably going to be the winner anyway. So, all you technicals, I'm sorry. I admit I did it wrong. But also, I'm just a gal, just having fun.
And it's our bracket.
Yeah. And we make the rules. It's our podcast.
I didn't know Thunder was... I thought that was a cover. I guess Billy wrote the music. Robert Hunter gave him the words.
So I did see that it was written for someone else, and then that person gifted it to Billy. So
Bill Kreutzmann.
Mm-hmm. So I don't really know what's true. But the people are loving it. We're having fun.
We're having fun. And like you said, I think the winners of each bracket are going to come out regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, for the top, we had Red Rocking Chair as a 2, All-Time Low as a 15, All-Time Low 1. So now 1's playing a 15.
Yeah, come on, upsets.
Now maybe Gilda Lily playing My Alice in the second round of Highway
That does
Prayers.
suck.
That's a 1 and a 2.
That sucks.
That's on us. But hey, so the covers and Highway Prayer bracket is
Shady Grove and Thunder is pretty fun too.
Yeah, it's gonna, when it gets into it, it'll be really good. Home and Turmoil and Tinfoil, that's gonna be the hardest one because all those are bangers.
Agreed. Yeah.
As
they're all 1 seeds.
As renewals going on right now, the voting for that one, there's a few that are really close, 50%.
It's fun to see how close some of them are. There was also there have been a couple that have been 49% to 51%.
Stratosphere Blues beat Malfunction Junction,
which is
5
crazy.
votes.
Oh, that's why.
5
Okay, I was
votes.
gonna say that kind of surprises me.
I think it was over 400 on that one.
And if
5
you
votes.
listen to the bracket podcast, you know that Clint immediately tried to get Richard Petty out of the running.
Barely won though.
Moved on.
Another close one.
It's moved on.
Another close one.
Well, it beat him. It beat Leaning on a Traveling Song.
So if you're here for today's episode for the Residual Groove guys, Previn and Adam, we did a Billy Strings bracket. Check it out on Instagram. Go participate. We'll be doing it probably for the next few weeks till we get to the end. It's been fun so far.
It has been fun, yeah.
But like I said, we have Residual Groove on the podcast today. 2 members of Residual Groove. Adam, a former Asheville guy, I guess Greenville technically. Mm-hmm. And then Previn, a really good conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, we started talking a lot about their project and the music, but then I thought we had a great conversation about AI and using it in art and music, and
nice.
Yeah, it was a good one for me. I really enjoyed it. And so we have that, and then on the back end we got some Gaelic stuff.
It's really, I've organized my thoughts from the last one. I haven't developed anything new. It's been a busy week. I haven't developed anything new, but I at least have my mind in a straight line about it now.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's go ahead. Previn and Adam.
Honey, you're listening to some all jammed up.
Alrighty, guys, we are here today with Adam and Previn from... Did I say that right? I just asked you. I feel like I messed it up. Previn.
Yeah.
We're here with Adam and Previn from Residual Groove. How's it going, guys?
Great. We're just coming off the heels of recording, and we just sent out our stuff to mastering, and we're feeling real good about the spring.
What does that mean, mastering? I always feel like I hear people like, "Oh, we got to get it mastered." Like, what does that even mean?
I think it's changed a lot over the years. It used to be that they would develop different audio like masters, which is just like
Mm-hmm.
the actual audio form like file for different formats. So like tape would have its own master, vinyl would have its own master, and then
Mm.
CD would have its own master, and they would like do a radio one. So it kind of was like at that time they needed the audio to like work with the format that it was going out on. But now it's mostly just to make it loud and like the final touches and get like basically get another set of ears on it and make the final tweaks.
Gotcha. And who does that? Who does the mastering? Is there like a mastering guy?
Yeah, so there are dedicated mastering engineers. A lot of the time they're also like mix engineers, but they have these like dedicated processes for this where it's just a specialized set of tools, very like finely tuned speakers and everything. And yeah, they just call them mastering engineers.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always hear that get thrown around when people talk about recording, and I never know what it means.
No, it's a really good question. And honestly, like I was explaining it to Ryan, our bass player, the other day, because he was like, "What is it?" I was like, it's really loose."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get into like that the whole process of like beginning to end for the album, but I want to wait. We'll get there when it kind of
Okay.
makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
So, you guys are in Connecticut, right?
Hmm.
And Adam, you're from Greenville?
I'm from Greenville, yeah.
Okay, so how'd you get linked with these guys?
It's like quite a crazy kind of circumstance. It all links back to where I went to school down in Miami for college. I lived with this guy who ended up becoming a really close friend and a bandmate that I was playing with down there, who's from Connecticut. And I was always talking about the Edwards brothers, Previn and Kieran, and just about what they have going on up there in the band, Residual Groove and everything. Just kind of always heard about it. And then I happened to end up moving up here and saw that they were doing like a Tame Impala tribute show with a project that they have. Great group. Loved Tame Impala. Came out and ended up talking to them, and we just kept chatting. I came over and jammed a couple times. They were looking for a drummer. It just kind of happened.
Great timing.
Yeah.
Like that was what, July, the when I met you,
Yeah.
and then like literally a month later we were jamming and then like maybe a few weeks after that we asked him to join the band, and it was just like all really just came together really fast. It just felt right.
Yeah, what was the status of the band at that time if you guys didn't have a drummer?
Well, we kind of did have a drummer, and his name's Henry Thomas, amazing drummer, and he was kind of getting busy with this band, Big Shrimp, and
Mm, okay.
so it was kind of like schedules started to not align, and we would kind of had a talk, and all very amicable. We love him. We play shows with him all the time, um, but just priorities change, and it was
Yeah.
time to make a change.
Big Shrimp, that's Jared's band, right?
Jared's band, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he was one of the first people that came on the podcast.
Oh, no way.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it was like the fifth or sixth episode we had him on.
Oh, sick. Sick,
Yeah,
sick.
that was a cool one. I think they're coming down here to Asheville shortly.
That sounds all right. Yeah, we're all here in this Connecticut scene right now. It's flourishing, I would say.
Yeah, I guess this is a question for both of you, but I guess we can start with Adam. Being from Greenville and like you were in Fern, right? Fern was the band you were with
Yeah.
in with Han. Okay. So being in Fern and like Greenville, Asheville, being around that scene that's like, it's got plenty of jam, but it's also got a lot of the bluegrass stuff too. And then going up north where it kind of seems like it's more jam. What's kind of like the similarities and differences in like playing shows there and going to shows? I guess just like the scene in general.
outside of the way we talk.
Yeah.
He says we have all these Connecticutisms, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what do we say? And he's just like, you just say things, and I'm like, what?
It's a very specific, very straight to the point kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, there's honestly what struck me the most was how similar they are. There's this connective tissue, this shared language. Um, Obviously, a lot of it just like is the Grateful Dead influence. You know, at least that's the perspective that I view a lot of this stuff through because the band Fern originally came out of a tribute, I guess, kind of Grateful Dead project that I started playing as my first band back in high school called Jerry's Nub.
Okay, yeah, I think Hannah told me about that.
And like, you know, if you've ever talked to Luke Shriver down in
Yeah,
Asheville, me and him got together in like jazz band in high school and we were like playing Dead tunes and it kind of evolved from there. So that's kind of the lens in which I view a lot of this stuff is all through like the Grateful Dead and just kind of how this whole world is spawned from that. There's a deep love and appreciation for the Dead up here as well. Um, Everyone seems to love the band, you know, so there's this kind of Americana roots music glue that holds a lot of this stuff together. Um, so that really struck me as like, okay, this isn't so different. There's a lot of the same stuff going on. People are playing a lot of the same tunes. Um, there's a lot more like Talking Heads, Fish, kind of funk. So there's definitely less of the country bluegrass kind of influence. But I feel like everywhere I go, it's just so much of the same community. Everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
You know, it's more about how things are similar than different.
Yeah, and I think I probably share your view on that of like this whole thing stems from the Grateful Dead. That's kind of my view on it. Previn, being from up there where, you know, he mentioned like the band, and I feel like maybe like Bruce Springsteen and Billy Joel are like big up there, and then you have like Fish that's up there. Is your outlook different on it than the Grateful Dead, or is it kind of in the same vein?
I would say it's kind of in the same vein. My very first I would say jam experience when it really clicked for me was it was at College Street Dead Band. Dark Star Orchestra, DSO.
Okay.
That was my very first like Dead show or even jam show in general that like I was like, whoa, okay, this I've been transported and I don't think that I'll ever be the same. Um, and and it clicked for me and from then on I kind of just wanted to see improv live all the time and just wanted to take these journeys with in musical journeys with everyone in this room with me or outside or wherever it is and so I guess yeah it started from the Dead and then you know I saw Fish and I saw Goose who was it was must have been 2018 who was blowing like kind of starting maybe even not even blowing up yet but these are all like I mean it's pretty recent for me honestly like
Yeah. And were
um
you playing music before you saw like Dark Star? Were you already in like the music world? And what were you listening to? Like what was kind of because I have a lot of these interviews, you know, and people would be like, "Oh, my brother showed me Jerry Garcia, and then I wanted to pick up a guitar. My brother showed me Trey, and I wanted to pick up a guitar." So, like, what
yeah
was it for you that kind of got you into it before all that?
it was like Zeppelin
Okay.
and AC/DC. So I come from the rock world for sure.
Hmm.
Um, I learned on Zeppelin and AC/DC, and then you know high school I was into grunge and stuff, and then you know became like a I was very entrenched in the rock world, and I think that definitely like kind of translates to the sound of our band. I mean we're definitely like in a lot of ways, especially our first album, like is like there are some pretty heavy moments. There's some heavy moments on our new album, and it's kind of just in me, and it comes out in my brother as well. Like 'cause just being around, like he's big Chili Peppers guy, so we started on that, and then we kind of like discovered, um, Folk and Grateful Dead and Fish kind of around the same time while I was probably graduating college or in college, and he was in high school.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And this new album, I looked at I don't know if it was on Instagram or your website or something, but you released that new song the other day, TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you released it, there was like new era, new single, new album. What's the new era of Residual Groove? Like, what's the intention behind, like, what are you guys bringing that's new to the new album?
Well, I mean, listen, changing a drummer is a huge deal. We also have a new bass player as of it's been almost a year now, but Ryan Berry, who's been in our scene for a while, he's jammed with us on stage. Like, he had jammed with us on stage countless times through the years, and we ended up asking him to join the band in must have been July or May of last year, somewhere around there. So it really does feel like a new era because we kind of have a different rhythmic palette to work from, and it has not changed the band, but it has shifted the band in a new direction and maybe multiple new directions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Adam, you coming into the band and it kind of like turning a new leaf, what challenges did you face like joining in with this new band, or was it pretty seamless? Like, what was your experience being like the last guy at the party?
Yeah, I remember when they first started asking me to come jam, I could kind of tell which way the wind was blowing a little bit, so I started like listening to all of their songs and like it's like this dude Henry's a beast, you know? And so I was confronted with that sense of how much do I prepare for the gig, so to speak, versus, stay true to myself in the sense that this is what they're asking me to bring to the table. And I remember after jamming like once or twice, it got really comfortable. It was just like I can do my thing if I'm listening and just trying to respond as authentically as I can in the moment, then I'm doing my job. That's like what this whole thing is, at least, the way that I view it, jam improvisation with other people on stage. It's less about the individual parts and more about kind of throwing everything together and seeing what it produces and just trying to be true to that moment. So I don't know if I was ever confronted with too much, like I need to fit this mold or do this kind of thing, other than just like learning the drum parts from the first record, which they're some great, it's really, really good stuff,
Yeah.
With it.
Is it nice, making this new album and being able to make your own drum parts and not have to learn somebody else's?
It is and it isn't. I've always had a weird relationship with making drum parts just because I kind of come from more of the jazz world where I don't immediately think about it like a drum beat,
Yeah, because jazz, you're more filling. You're like more filling, is that right?
It's responding. It's a lot of improvisation. So
it's more like another instrument in the band. It's less so a rhythmic foundation and more of like another voice in the conversation.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So my mind doesn't immediately go to like this is going to be a sick drum pattern, that I'm crafting. That's going to be, a unique statement. So I always try to find that space, and it's always an interesting process in the studio to kind of approach it that way.
The other thing he had to deal with was four drummers in this band.
Yeah, there's so many drummers in this band.
You guys have 4 drummers?
Well, we all play drums, and we all like.
I thought you all meant you had 4 drummers. I was like, that's insane.
No. But oh man, that would be a blast. Well, sometimes on stage we'll just all be on percussion, kind of, and like do a big percussion break. But anyway, yeah, it's I think.
What does that look like? Like you guys have like bongos or like the thing you sit on, like that.
We have a dedicated percussion player, Garrett.
Okay.
And he's been with us since the start of the band, and so like that's a big part of our sound, and just having all those textures happening, and then like we'll do breakdowns where you know, it's just a rhythm section break.
I'm gonna ask you to break down something else for me here.
Sure.
Textures. That's another word that I always hear get thrown around, and I just kind of have to nod my head. What exactly does that mean? Like within the music, like the texture of a music of a song.
That's a good question.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone's always throwing this word around. Like, what does it even mean?
It's like a lot of times it has to do with the
Oh, here we go. We're gonna get into describing sounds with words.
like yeah, like the tonal quality of things to a degree, but it can also be like rhythmic texture, you know?
Yeah, it it really it can be rhythmic texture. Something is it sharp like a snap, or
Okay.
is it long and sustained like a rain stick? Like that's one texture, or is
So
it
kind of like the way a sound feels almost.
yeah, it's length, it's
Okay.
loudness, it's pitch, it's in music there's a term called timbre, and it's very similar to texture. It really is like okay, when you could play a note, right, on a piano, like you could play like right, and I don't know if you know if you heard that, but
I didn't.
okay, um, but that note is like a frequency, but that frequency that when you play that note on a different instrument, why does it sound different, right? That's kind of what timbre is the sound, the sonic signature of something.
Okay. And that's
Yeah.
Music 101.
Music 101. Yeah.
So so now let's get into the album a little bit, and I want to know like how much improvising goes into like a recorded album.
It's a great question. I mean, I think it really depends on
Like, do you
um
guys, I guess here, let me phrase it like this. So, like, you have a song, and it's like, we're going to play the verse, and then we're going to go into a jam, and then we're going to come out of it and go into the verse again. And say, like, you do that, the jam starts, and you don't like where it's at already. Like, do you cut it and scrap it? Like, how does that look to kind of like, because you want to improvise in the album, but you don't want to put out something if you don't like it, right? So like where's the
yeah.
balance in between that, or is most of the like experimental improvising just saved for the live shows?
Um well, it's a little bit of both. I think in it's tough. It's a great question because it is really tough um to get that take, right?
Hmm.
And when you're comparing it to a live show, like how could you in the studio stand up to the energy in a room with people? Um, and so we kind of approach it differently, at least here, where we will do about 5, 6 takes of a song, and get the best like foundation of like let's say an improv section. We have one song with a big long outro, and that outro is it's what is the term, type one, yeah,
Yeah, type one
type one,
versus
yeah.
yeah.
So it's following a chord progression, but we are improvising around a chord progression. And so we'll kind of like take those 5, 6 takes and okay, what feels like it has the right energy for this song? What feels like it really communicates what the intent of the song is in the composed section, and then we'll take that and do what we can't do on stage and
Hmm.
craft um, all these undulations of sound to bring the chord progression around and all these things that we basically want each style, like whether it's studio or stage, to be the best that it can be. So
Hmm.
that's kind of how we approach that. We're not afraid to do overdubs. Of course, we
Yeah.
overdub a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talking about the album, break down for me, like, I know you said we finished recording everything, we send it to mastering, but like, what's all happening before recording? Like, when we're recording, like, what's all the steps in between? Like, I know we just kind of talked about a little of it, but like,
Yeah.
from songwriting to sending mastering, like, what's that process of recording a new album look like?
This one was quite tight.
It was tight. It was definitely tight. So Adam joined the band in
September? Yeah,
early September. And we had one song was written at that point for the album. And we had kind of figured out what the concept was going to be, and so we had a few rehearsals where we were just like talking about what we want for this album and talking about like, okay, what kind of grooves do we want on here? What thematically like do we want for this? How do we want this to flow? What textures, like what kind of drum sounds are we thinking about? And so all this is kind of swirling around in all of our heads. And then we start in a rehearsal, like for example, like we'll kind of find a interesting chord progression or an interesting riff and run it around a few times in rehearsal, kind of maybe sing some melodies, and we kind of just keep pushing that, massaging it, putting each part together, until it is a song. It's like it kind of like before you know it happens.
Yeah, keep it at the forefront of your mind.
Yeah, totally.
And you welcome it.
You allow it to kind of.
So your guys' process is not so much as like writing things down and then bringing it to the studio. It's more like we're just gonna play, find something that we like, and then try to make a song out of it. Is that right?
Well, it definitely is. There's a few different. I mean, on this album, I would say half the songs are like that, where we are writing them together, and half the songs are kind of brought in by individual members. Then we kind of workshop it together and figure out who's playing what part. If there's more lyrics to be written, we kind of figure that out together. So it's definitely half and half. Like, yeah, like there's so much value to writing on your own and like having an idea on your own, like being in your own space, your own private space where you can tell yourself all your secrets, blah blah blah. And then there's also like such a joyous like camaraderie to writing together in a room. It's just like it's why we play music. It's like
What's the like worst part of it, like making an album? Like I know like there's things that you
same answer.
There's things that you do that like you have to do. It's part of the process, and you'll do it to make the end goal worth it. But there's always one thing that's like fuck that. What is it for making an album?
Vocal comping?
Probably.
Yeah, vocal comping.
Just comping in general.
Comping in general, yeah. So when we record, like let's take vocals for example, we'll probably I'll like be in the other room with a microphone. We'll just record it like 10 times or 15 times, me singing the same part. And then I can go in and choose like piece together the best bits. And sometimes it's like words, sometimes it's halves of words. And you're
having to hear yourself back the whole time, which is in itself a disaster. Yeah.
Gotta listen to yourself like 15 times singing the same word, then go on to the next word or like the next phrase or the next like verse. It's just like, I mean, I don't put myself through that much because like what I'll try to do is find the best take and then build off there, and that's kind of what we all do for our bits. We all kind of like we're like, okay, here's the rule. Everyone comps their own vocals. I'm not comping your vocals, you're not comping my vocals. It's like that's I don't want to listen to you for like no one should subject each other to that. So
that's like for me the worst part of doing the podcast is like when I have to make clips and put them on Instagram, and the clip is always one person talking and me just like looking at them like, and that's always like it's just like me like blankly like smiling while they talk, and then I post this video of me just looking like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we all have to in this world we have to get used to that kind of and hearing our own voices and seeing our own faces on video. It's just like I saw this video a long time ago, probably from the early 90s, maybe 80s. It's Michael Jackson, and he's testing out a video camcorder that he got, and he's like, it's so funny. He's just like in the mirror, and he's like pointing it at the mirror. He's like, hey, just testing out this camcorder, not to be, conceited or anything. I'm not pointing at myself, just testing out the camcorder. And just to think how normal it is for us to just like, take a selfie or like point a camera at ourselves and then post it and send it to the world. It's like, okay, you totally just like took a video of yourself. But for him in the 90s, like no one was pointing cameras at themselves.
I still can't do that, man. Like I'll try to like the other day I did a giveaway on Instagram and like I started recording like just holding my phone and like talking to my phone like, "Hey guys, I have this giveaway," and like blah blah, enter it. And I was like, as soon as I start recording, I'm like, I can't do this. And like I'd rather like I don't know if you saw the giveaway I ended up doing. I was like juggling and like edited
With
myself like
light.
yeah, the mental awakening one. Yeah, and like I was like I'd rather do something like silly and goofy and fun than just like, "Hey guys, here I am."
Yeah. The people that can
It's
do it
so
in public is like a superpower. I don't understand it.
You see people live streaming on like
Yeah.
the streets of New York. I'm like, what's going on?
yeah, that's not for me. That's not for me. So I do have to ask though, where did the name Residual Groove come from? Because I'm sure you're aware there's another jam band that sounds a whole
Yeah.
lot like you guys do.
That's so funny. It's so funny you bring that up. This name has been around since like 2016 or 17. And it's before we even started playing a lot. Basically, Residual Groove started as when and my brother were like, one of us got a gig at the bar downtown or like any random gig, like a private party gig or anything like that. It'd be Residual Groove. And then we got this, we landed this residency every Tuesday at this bar in Westport called Dunville's. And we were playing every week, and it kind of just it landed on the same lineup because for a while it was different drummers, different bass players, different people there, different keyboard players. Kieran was, my brother was playing guitar at the time. Now he plays keys. So it was all like, very loose. And so we didn't really think about the name. It was just like, the placeholder name. And then like, people started like saying, "Oh, going down to see Residual Groove," and like we had the same lineup every week. So then we started writing songs, and just like we were like, okay, we're in this, and like we were always thinking maybe we'll change the name, and then after all of that, we found out that there was a band called Perpetual Groove.
At any time, were you like, "Fuck, we gotta change it up"?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've thought about it, but it's like, I think at that time, I don't know, it's kind of hazy, but like I don't know if they were playing at that time. I just like was aware that it existed, but I guess like, there's like so many similar band names out there, and like, some that are actually the same name.
Yeah.
Yeah, big love to those guys, and we're totally big fans of what they're doing, and yeah, it was funny like discovering that they were in the same kind of scene as us.
Yeah, that is funny.
Like years.
Fun fact, you said bands that have the same name. Fun fact, Blink-182 was actually just Blink, and there was another band in like England called Blink, and they tried to sue them, so they were like, just throw 182 on the end of it. Yeah,
I know that. Maybe we'll have.
I don't know why it was 182, so I can't answer that question, but I do know that story.
182. Maybe they were being sued for like $182,000 or something like that.
Well, they have it now. I bet the regular band Blink doesn't.
Yeah, true.
So the new album, we've kind of been talking about it. It's called Eternal Atoms, right? Is that right?
That is a song on the album.
Oh, that's a song. Okay.
The album name is Soul.exe, like a file name.
Say it again.
Soul.exe.
EXE. Okay.
Yeah. we kind of came up with it before we even started writing songs for it. It's a look at human connection in the age of artificial intelligence and social media, and how we are trying to keep these things that we love for ourselves while computers kind of take over more and more of our lives. And so a lot of the album's lyrical themes and even musical themes are based around that.
Okay. You know, with like, you know, technology advancing and like artificial intelligence becoming a thing, and I think it's pretty clear that like most of the people in the scene, whether it be an artist or a musician, they're pretty anti AI. Is there any instance, or is there like a line where like you believe that like using AI to, whether it, like in any instances, using AI beneficial to you guys at all, do you think? I guess is my question. Or is there a case, a use case where it's
I use it
all
all
the
the time, honestly. Yeah. Do you use it?
I'm maybe the biggest Luddite of the entire band. I definitely see pragmatic uses in like areas of medicine and things like that, but at least my personal idea of what art is, what music is, doesn't really have any space for AI. I'm just not really interested in it being in that world, at least for me. But
I agree with that completely.
yeah.
Like, why do we like art? I think we like art because it's a human expression, and I mean there's background music that like is a different kind of like serves a different purpose maybe.
But even that, like, imagine if you found out that like the Wii Shop music was generated. That would make me so sad
So
because it's
sad.
a
I love
banger.
that song.
Yeah, and the fact that you can just find like a couple of dudes that cooked that up was,
Yeah,
yeah.
true. But that was I don't see that as maybe that was intended to be background music, but it's so good that it became foreground music.
Which is the product, right?
Yeah,
Of
true.
people doing stuff.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
reason I ask is I just like, I think in this scene, like this community, that people that listen to the podcast, people that are listening to your music, for the most part, they're all pretty anti AI in any use of our own art, whether it be music, actual art, like drawings, paintings, whatever, or like the podcast, for example. Like, I'm not going to type into AI, like, what should I ask the guys from Residual Groove today? Like,
Thank
I think everyone's pretty against that. But at the same time, there's this thing that's like happening in America, in the world. And it's like, at what point do people just like succumb to it and start using it?
you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I want to be clear that when I say I use it all the time, I mean for like, oh, how do I do this thing in Photoshop or something like that?
Yeah, and that's the thing is I don't think every use case of AI has to be a negative thing. You know, I think
Yeah.
like there are instances like I did an Excel document today for work and I didn't know how to do something. I just typed it on Google and then like the Copilot thing gave me the answer and like I didn't go to AI and type it in, but AI gave me the answer just as quick as anything else. So I'm just always curious, like at what point do artists like even consider using it, I guess.
I mean, I think like if you look at the progression of humanity, there's always been resistance against technology moving forward. But in this case, when it is masquerading as a replacement for human expression, I think I think most people have an issue with it, and I think like I think we I mean, I guess I could probably speak for all of us, but we're really not interested in it like at all. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what a computer is expressing. Like,
Yeah.
I
No,
just
I
don't
agree.
care.
I was just curious. It just kind of just led there, and I was curious.
Yeah, Yeah, no, I mean, I love music because it's what I mean. Someone put their blood and sweat into it, um, and that's like like a band like Nirvana or something like that could never it's Kurt Cobain and like Dave
Yeah.
Grohl and all these people that are just like pouring their soul into it and
Have you
thrashing.
seen the like thing on Spotify? It was like an AI band that they like AI made the music and they made like a bunch of money, whatever this like whoever made the AI music like made a bunch of money off streaming and it was just all AI music on Spotify. That's like
No,
dystopian. That's terrifying.
It's really terrifying. Yeah, it's disappointing. It's terrifying. It's yeah.
there,
Uh,
there's no such thing as like AI making music in any sense that we've developed or seen so far. It's, they're appropriating music that
Yeah.
is being trained on that is made by human beings. It's a real infringement on our intellectual property and rights.
I think
And
that's a lot of thing that people that aren't like maybe just haven't looked is there I don't think people a lot of people don't know that like the AI art that they're making the AI music it's not AI making it it's just like ripping off of actual art or actual music and I think a lot of people just like whether they just don't care to know or they just aren't aware that's kind of like the thing that I think a lot of people are just not aware of that.
right,
mhm.
yeah, it's a fine line. I mean, when we talk about the Industrial Revolution and losing these skills and these workforces, like there was a period of time in which the people that walked around and lit the lamps on the street were like, electricity is taking my jobs, you know?
Yeah.
Now we're at a point where I can Google how to do something instead of paying a skilled artisan to teach me that craft. And I don't know where the line is on how ethical that is, but it's certainly somewhere.
We're searching for it. I think
Yeah.
that's what a lot of this album is about. Is it's not
Way to
like
segue it back to the album. Good work.
yeah. Yeah, very smart. I mean, we're not trying to dissuade anyone from using tools. It's more so like here's the thing that we're facing, and where do we draw the line? That's really
Hmm.
like the question, and how do we how do we maintain ourselves with this massive tidal wave of technology that's trying to, you know, take those pieces from us?
Yeah,
Uh,
so does this whole message that we've been talking about now, does that reflect at all the one song that you guys have put out, TikTok?
yeah, I mean, it really like is the genesis of the project of this album project. I mean, that song was written about a year ago.
Yeah.
Kind of predates the album concept.
Hmm.
However, it really kind of is a takes our fans' hands and says like, okay, you know this song, we're gonna take this and bring you into this world that like that the rest of the album is in, and it thematically kind of does the same thing. It bridges the gap.
Yeah.
It brings us from era number one into era number two.
And
And when does the
depending on,
album come out?
In exactly 1 month from when this is being taped. So
yeah.
On
April
my
10th.
birthday.
Oh,
Hey,
yo.
happy
It's a
early
good
Okay.
birthday.
30th birthday present right there.
Wow.
Nice.
Happy early birthday.
Thanks, dude. You guys will be kind of starting to tour around that time too. You guys are going to be in the Northeast, and then you're stopping down here in North Carolina and Virginia, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Tell what's the best part about touring for you guys?
For me, it's meeting people. It's talking to people that have heard our music before and was like, I've been waiting for you to come to this, town and
Yeah.
like, and I'm so excited to see you guys um, and it's just it kind of blows my mind. And just they seeing people that know our songs and it really makes the world feel smaller. It makes us feel more connected to all of these people that exist on social media that we haven't met yet. It's like I want to meet all of them, and every tour stop is kind of a piece of that. And Adam, what do you have to say about that?
I love getting to spending time in the van, in the car with the band. Nothing brings together a band more than being that close and eating every meal together and having to deal with all the bullshit of when a tire blows and you're on the side of the highway and
the Airbnb at the farm with the horses.
Yeah, that
Is it like so worth it though when like you've been in a van all day and like you have to smell someone's stinky farts all day and then like you get to the gig and you play the show and you crush it and it's like forget everything that happened today, like man, that makes it all worth it.
Yeah,
totally.
That's the best feeling.
Totally. It's a big build up and
you guys got a killer lineup for this Asheville show too.
It's like a huge family reunion. I'm so hyped.
I know that. I think
all my friends.
Green Sky Bluegrass plays with Fireside Collective that day, and I was like, it's gonna be a game time decision, man. I know that's the problem with Asheville is like there's almost too much good music sometimes.
Hey, that's not a bad problem.
Yeah, no, it's those things though where it's like at the same time there's like a bigger show like Green Sky Bluegrass, right? There's always like another touring band that I want to see that isn't going to be at like a huge venue, but still want to go see. I feel like it's always that way.
Where are they playing?
The Asheville Yards.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, Fireside Collective.
We'll probably still be playing when they're done, so
Oh yeah, that's true because the yard stops pretty early.
And we're playing late. I think doors open at 7. Music starts at like 8 or something like that. So we'll be,
yeah,
we're gonna have to drag us out.
Yeah, that place stays open late as fuck too.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, this has been
third room.
Third room.
Yeah, that's a cool venue too.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This has been a blast, man. I'm really nice to meet you guys. Stoked to see you guys in April. Definitely will find my way there one way or another, and I'm excited for my birthday present, your guys' album to come out. Before we wrap up, though, is there anything that you guys want to plug?
Listen to TikTok. Listen to the album when it comes out. We worked very hard on it.
Yeah,
it's and we just can't wait for everyone to hear it. We have a new single coming out tomorrow. It's called Human Ghost, and we're very excited for you guys to hear it.
Written with no AI.
No AI. All in a room with the 5 guys.
Mostly one night.
One night it was like none. One night, yeah. We went up to the Berkshires in Massachusetts and holed up for a weekend and stayed up all night, like writing as much as we possibly could, like late hours, like 5 in the morning. We were writing songs. It was like
that's awesome. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it was great. Actually, it was a great time.
Well, guys, thanks so much for coming on, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Glenn.
Right on.
Great to meet you.
You just got jammed.
Welcome back, everybody, from that interview with Previn and Adam. Very fitting that today we're going back over some of the Gaelic stuff as St. Patrick's Day was the other day.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say one of them is Irish or something.
I don't think so.
We should get more Irish people just in music in general. We need more accents in the jam band bluegrass scene, I think.
That Manosphere documentary we watched the other day, some great accents on that show.
Guys, if you haven't seen Manosphere,
shout out Louis Theroux.
Louis Theroux,
beast.
Truly.
Sam was watching it yesterday, so I finished watching with him again. It's
finished
so good.
With him again.
People are like kind of saying, they were like, he didn't shine enough light. He like only showed successful people in it. It's like, I don't really think they kind of did it all themselves.
I also don't think, I don't know, but I don't think it's like, it wasn't meant to be a hit piece. I think it's strictly meant to be like informative on how
what's going
that
on.
Culture is. Yeah. And I think it did that really well. I think that Mommy, I don't want a juice bar. I think like they made it a hit piece on themselves just by being who they are.
Because they were like defensive that he was trying to like come at them, and like he didn't really.
There was that one guy that was adamant, like he's trying to make a mockery of me, like he's
which one?
The HS Tiki Taki.
Oh yeah,
he sucks.
He was definitely got some insecurities.
Sucks. Yeah.
The Sneeko dude like wasn't even like.
What one was Sneeko?
The dude that said that there is a Satanist, like cult running the world and controlling Sam Smith.
That was crazy. Well, yeah, they were saying that when Sir Sam Smith was doing his Daddy no, mommy's getting hot. They were saying he was worshiping the devil. That was pretty big out there. Was he the guy Sneeko? Was he the ginger guy?
He was the guy that was like banned on YouTube and everything.
Kid's just like dead staring the camera.
He's an idiot. The ginger guy was the guy that was in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude. I think his name was Justin.
That's got to be one of my favorite. He didn't have an accent, but that's got to be one of my favorite accents.
That dude was the most like. No, like
he wasn't right, but he was the most normal.
And he like it sounds like he worked to get most of his money and like steal. And he was like respectful. I mean, some of the but he was respectful to Thoreau. Like he never and he called him like sir, and other than the part when they started talking about his marriage and everything. But again, his wife seemed pretty on board with it.
That's what they say. When a man's got money, you'll kind of put up with quite a bit. That one of them broke up with their girls.
Yeah, fuck that guy. That guy sucked.
Was that HS Tiki Taki?
No, that was
Sneeko.
No, that was like Myron. He had the Fresh and Fit podcast, and he like invited all those other influencers on, just like shit on him.
Yeah, yeah.
That is like I wasn't with the Justin dude. Like, yeah, maybe he was misogynistic, but like he was.
Like, yeah, maybe he hates women. But
I don't think he hates women.
Well, they say it themselves. They say we don't hate women. We actually really love women.
But I believe that like the HS Tiki Taki dude sucks. When
they all suck.
When he was like, you're kind of acting like Bonnie Blue, and he got so upset.
Yeah. And now Clint's getting all these AI HS Tiki Taki and Bonnie Blue videos where they have kids together.
That one was funny. I was like, where is she going with this?
The algorithms really changed on our Instagram recently.
And that's Netflix AI. Pop culture with Clint and Chloe.
Watch Manosphere. Okay, so to the Gaelics. So I've organized my thoughts, so I'm just going to kind of spew them.
Mm-hmm.
So all Gaelic is Celtic, but not all Celtic is Gaelic.
Okay.
Gaelic and like the Gaels originates in Ireland and then branches into Scotland and the Isle of Man.
Where's the Isle of Man? Wales? Okay.
Well, I ain't no map. You're the map guy.
I do like a map.
Mr. loves a map. Yeah, I truthfully don't know where Isle of Man is. I'm English.
Oh, I'm English.
So I don't really know, but it's in there. And then the earliest form of like quote unquote music that came from the Gaels was poetry, and like laments and.
Now is poetry music?
I think it's under the same like art form.
I think it can be considered an art form, but I don't think it's music really.
Well, if you have like, I don't know.
If I'm just like, the sky is blue,
and
my
so
feet are
you.
brown, I need to wash them, but I am lost. I search for a stream, but all I find is a tree. So I climb to the top till I see the stream. That's not music. That's a beautiful poem, though.
It depends on the person that wrote it. What if you want it to be music? What if we like?
You can't just want something.
What if you go, the sky is blue, my feet are brown.
If I want this podcast to be music, it doesn't become music, you know? I feel like music, I guess, but then I guess you can have music without instruments, kind of. So I guess maybe you're right. It is like how you interpret it.
Music comes before the instruments.
You think?
Songs came before instrumentation.
Because you can just... But if you're just... Yeah. I don't know.
Me either. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do any research on... let's look into something real quick.
So... as I was saying, the like earliest poetry goes back to 800 AD, and the like end of the recorded Gaelic era is kind of in the 1730s, early 1600s to 1700s. And they were all based on Latin hymns, because obviously it all originates from Latin, the country of Lata.
The country of Lata?
Yeah, I made that up. I don't know what technically is Latin.
Either do
all
I.
of it.
Yeah.
All of it at one point. The main instrument was a harp, which was brought over from Egypt. And as I said last time, God used a harp, so harp's always been present. A harp didn't have a start. A harp always was.
The key instruments, too, are fiddle, accordion, drum, bagpipe, mandolin. So basically, it's just Cajun music.
The fiddle didn't become popular until the 18th century, along with the bagpipes, flute, banjo, guitar, mandolin. It was really, a lot of it was used in like ceremonies and like celebrations with the chieftains. And then, yeah, I guess I don't really have my thoughts arranged on it.
It's all right. I'm about to look something up that I think will be fun. Origins of the bagpipe. So the bagpipes originated in Middle East, with early evidence dating back to roughly 1000 BC. While often associated with Scotland, the instrument likely spread through Greek and Roman empires before evolving into various forms across Europe, only becoming a staple of Scottish culture centuries later. Interesting how that works, right? Like if it started in Africa, came to Europe, then went to Asia, but it only really, today you only really hear it when people are playing like that kind of music. Like Celtic, Gaelic music.
Well, folk as a whole.
Like, where else have you heard of bagpipes?
Oh, of bagpipes?
Yeah. Did I say accordion?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess bagpipes kind of mostly.
I just think of it like at a
Scottish
cop's funeral in Boston.
Yeah.
It's like the only time you hear a bagpipe.
I don't know if I've ever heard a bagpipe in real life.
When I worked at Bandon Dunes, they would come play bagpipes every now and then. Or am I making that up? There was some golf course I was at where they did that one time. I don't think it was Bandon though, because I would have remembered it more. Maybe it was when I was at Pebble Beach. There was somewhere I was at where they were playing bagpipes on the golf course.
Yeah, I don't know if bagpipes have always kind of they're hard to play.
I would imagine.
They're like incredibly difficult.
You're like blowing.
For some reason, I feel like I've seen an attempt at playing bagpipes and never the actual playing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe I left before the actual player got to have a go. But I remember listening to just like a lot of squelching.
Squelching?
Yeah.
The Links at Spanish Bay, that's where it was. And I played there in like 2018.
Where's that?
It's like a golf course at Pebble Beach.
Where's Pebble Beach?
California.
Oh. So
they do it daily there. That's as soon as I said
daily?
Yeah, as soon as I said it, I was like, I would have remembered if it was at Bandon because I was there for a while.
Yeah.
But a bagpiper plays daily at Spanish Bay, starting at the first tee and finishing at the fire pits, a tradition to mark the end of the day.
Yeah, bagpipes are an interesting one. I am also just fascinated in a harp. I find that so like
Michaela Davis, come on the podcast.
Girl. I'll keep this warm for you in here. It's freezing at the moment.
She also like sings really well, which I feel like you're doing all that with your hands and to be singing.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what like the anatomy of a harp is, how it like works. What are like the chords?
Maybe it's like a piano kind of the way it's set up.
Maybe.
We need to get a harper on. A harpist?
Yeah.
Harper?
Harpist.
Harpois?
Ooh.
Harp player?
So the harp got its origins in Egypt, and then in the Gaelic realm, it was used in ceremonies for chieftains and nobles. Then in 1607, the native Irish chieftains fled Ireland to Spain during a time of extreme political tension with England, bringing the end of the Gaelic era. So, like, all the nobles left because there was just
political tension in the 1600s, 500 years ago.
They were just killing people, dude.
We're doing that now.
Everything was killing people.
We're doing that now.
It was called the Flight of the Earls. They all just flew away. All of them left. And that left the harpists obviously out of a job because harpists were like within the noble crowd, and then they all kind of became traveling musicians and performers. Then that's when they started adding more instruments to like fill the space of a harp. And
that came from Egypt too, and it said the bagpipes said, I wonder how much music came from Egypt.
It all came from Egypt.
I wonder when we do our African psychedelic, we'll probably find out.
That'll be a fun one.
I think Egypt's West Africa, right? I'm sure it got there though.
I'm bad at geography. I've always been bad at geography.
It's funny to think that like in the 1600s, there was political, like, you know how long it probably took like news to travel from Ireland? And it's like, I was mad about that a month ago, and now you came back and told me the response, like, I'm mad again. I'm going to go there.
I've just been stewing on it for 2 months.
And then it's
while my little carrier pigeon flies over the ocean.
Yeah. That's
I was waiting for a response back, all angry.
Because now it's like immediate, you know? Mm-hmm. But like back then.
Too immediate, some would say.
Yeah.
The first documented official songs, since poetry isn't songs, were recorded in 1762. That was kind of when everyone was like, hey, we kind of got something here. Maybe we should write some of this down. Kind of a fucking while. 1762? You've been playing that shit since 800 AD?
That's the first time they wrote it down?
1762, when songs were written. They took like the laments and the jigs and everything, and they put it on paper.
But you were probably like passing that down through like...
It was all passed through families, and like it's all music is rooted in tradition. And like I got this song from my grandma singing it, and like my cousin used to sing like this, and he would play this instrument. Also, I did do a little research into the instruments, and there's like this drum that is just animal skin, and they play it from the back, and it sounds cool. That's it.
Cool. Well, I think we got
nowhere. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you know, this one's a little tougher than Cajun was a little more straightforward. But it's okay because we have next week, and maybe the bracket, people forget about it. Yeah. And then we can come back with a new one in April.
There we go. African psychedelic.
And that one hopefully will be a little easier. And if not,
we're learning.
We're learning.
We're trying to adjust.
Alrighty, guys. Have a great weekend. If you're listening to this on Friday or after Friday, go stream Residual Groove's new song on all platforms now. And we will see you on Monday with a return of one of my favorite guests we've had on the show.
This is a good one. I'm excited, you guys. Maybe
even better than the first interview. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you on Monday. And remember, wherever you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. Well, I'll jammed up, hey, that's where it's going down. Best damn pot in this old Asheville town. More than enough old stories to go around. And I'm all jammed up right now. Yes, I'm all jammed up right now.